what's up? It's Kathy, and I'm back with another process video for paper issues. This is for my blog post for the month of April, and I am working through a cold, so I have a bad throat issue, and I'll be drinking water to try and stop myself from coughing a ton. So if you suddenly hear me pause or like a weird sound or some throat clearing, I'm just trying not to start coughing because I may not stop. And I do apologize for the raspiness, but we all know what happens when we get cold. So I still wanted to get this video voiced over and edited and up because my blog post went up. So I'm showing you guys what I was doing. So I created this big weaving pattern, and how I did it was I lined up one side. So all my strips on one side, and then I went on the other side and started going. So I just kind of held them down with my hand and went over, under as I went. I'm pretty certain we all know kind of how to weave, but now I'm just showing you, you know, how I'm doing the last of them, so you kind of get the idea. I'm not shoving them right together really tight, because when you do that, it makes them all kind of flick up at the ends. And I don't want them to be doing that too much. So there is like spaces between the weaves, between the strips. And these are all manufacturer strips that I either had lying around, or I went into my stash and found ones that I liked. So some of them are from Chamel, some of them are from older Dear Lizzie, new Dear Lizzie, Paige Evans, Amy Tangerine. I think that's about it. I think those were the four. Was that four or three? Three. Three different manufacturers. Apologize, guys, for the sniffing, too. I know it can sound annoying. I really will try not to do a ton of that sniffing. I'm putting it on an older pink Fresh Studio paper called Happy Things. Because I tried it on a whole bunch of different papers, but I liked it more on this one, even though, you know, it's more kind of pattern, I guess. But I look nicer than just putting it on white or just a plain. I always think I'm going to use like a plain cardstock, like even just a colored one, and then I just never do. I always want something a little bit more to my backgrounds. Anyway, so my blog post for this month was actually discussing, I think the title was called 100% Unoriginal and Loving It. And what I'm talking about is, you know, finding ideas online, finding inspiration, however you do it, and then doing it yourself. We often find techniques that we really like. We see a blog post or a video or something, and someone does a technique that we really enjoy and we really think would look cool. And sometimes we're scared to do it because we're scared the person who did it originally will get mad. I know people have scrap lifted me. I have never had any problem with people scrap lifting me, ever, or doing anything any kind of technique that I've done. I actually take it as a compliment. I'm not even really that concerned if people, you know, give me a shout out, though it is really nice and it's very appreciated. And so that's kind of the big thing for me is I want to give a shout out to Paige Evans, because I was inspired by an older video I had seen a while ago from her where she took manufacturer strips and wove them together to make a layout. And when I say a while ago, I think this video may have been from a few years ago. So I just kind of kept it logged in the back of my mind because I don't really keep manufacturer strips all that often, but I had some laying around. So I knew I wanted to create something for this, and I wanted to do something a little different and a little fun and bring in lots of pattern, but without just doing layering. So I'm kind of following in her footsteps and trying this, and it was really quick and easy to do. And yeah, there's like really no There's really no trick to it. You saw what I was doing, but I just started with one side. So I lined up all mine on one side, held them down, and wove the perpendicular strip in and out. And then I just kept going like that. So you're not doing like one and then you're not doing one at one angle and one at a different angle. You're lining up your entire strips. Say you're going to put them completely vertical, and then you weave your horizontal line, your horizontal strips in, going over, under, and then doing the next one under, over, until it creates a weave. And if you wanted it to be like a completely square weave, you would just keep adding strips. I wanted a bunch hanging out at the ends that made that kind of cross look. So I left it at different lengths too, so that it would just kind of give a little bit more interest. I am just embossing these wood veneers, and I was just debating whether I was going to go with my red, which I could have went with, or my black, but the black was matte and I preferred that. for this layout. It's like a shiny matte black. The other one would have been like a tinsel. So I liked it like this. And I prefer to glue these down with liquid adhesive. So I'm going to use my Tombow for that. And I love the idea that it kind of rhymes. It's going to say hooray for today. So it was nice to do a layout about the first day of kindergarten. Oh, it's not kindergarten. This was her first day of like kind of preschool daycare. It's just it was my son's first day of school too. They were both going on the same day, so I took pictures of the both of them. She's actually starting kindergarten this year. But you know, sometimes those titles get a little repetitive. So when I found these and they rhymed, and I just thought that was really cute. So that's kind of why I went with them. I'm bringing in puffy stickers and different little things because I don't want to go crazy big on the embellishments because I don't need to. There's so much going on already. So those stickers are actually from that same collection, Happy Things. And I was like, well, I might as well use them because this is like one of the only papers I even have from that collection. I really wasn't buying Pink Fresh Studio stuff at the time that this stuff came out. Just little bits here and there. They're now like one of my favorite companies. I love their products. I just got the it's Live More. It's right there. I have Dream On, which is awesome, from the shop, from Paper Issue Shop, and I just got Live More now too, and I ordered everything. In fact, I may order more. I love those acetate letters. If you guys haven't looked at it, check it out. It's super great for spring. Like the colors are just perfect. I love them. And I really like how stark white the paper is. I mean, I love my kind of vintage whites that you see in many of the brands now, like crepe paper and stuff. But sometimes you want that stark white because your pictures are super bright maybe, or you've got a nice white border. I always do white borders on my paper. So anyway, I'm loving that. So I'm just using up some chipboards that are from Project Life collections. So Becky Higgins stuff. And then I'm going to bring in some cute little puffy stickers. And they are from Dear Lizzie Saturday. So that's last summer's, one of last summer's releases. So I think you can still get most of that collection, which has definitely some cute stuff in it. And I love using puffy stickers almost like confetti, like sprinkling them around like you would enamel dots. I just think it's kind of fun. I am going to put enamel dots down too, as you can see. And I had some hearts kicking around, so I'm just putting some hearts in them. This is definitely like a using up odds and ends. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I often have like all the little pieces of a collection left over, but I've used all the big stuff, whether it's chipboard or stuff like that. I've used up all the big ones, and then I just have a bunch of little pieces left over. a layout like this would be great for it because you're not doing a bunch of layering or anything like that. So you can kind of go to town on sprinkling your embellishments around. And I am going to originally write 4, sorry for the sniffing, as in the word 4. And then I'm going to take that up and right back at the end, I'm going to put the number 4 in between, above the O and below the A. So above the O in today and below the A in hooray, which makes the title Hooray for Today, which I thought was cute. And here's some Dear Lizzie, lovely day. So there's some Oh My Heart. I haven't gotten a whole lot of Oh My Heart. It's always sold out. It's super popular. I can understand why. It is adorable. So yeah. Anyway, sorry guys, just fixing my throat. So I guess what I'm trying to say is there is no harm in trying a technique that you've seen or anything like that. Why not? I think, we're all inspired by different things. We're all inspired by things we see. I'm a very visual person. So I take lots of inspiration from things I see around me all the time. And I'm not ashamed of that. I took her technique and then I made my own layout on it. So, shout out to her for the awesome idea. And here's my take on it. So why not, try a technique that you've seen and don't be afraid to do it. And if you're writing a blog post, why not just do a little shout out or you're posting it on Instagram and you follow that person? They might love to. I love when people tag me so I can see things they've done that they've been inspired by. It makes me feel like I'm making a little bit of a difference. Like if I'm inspiring people, that's makes me so happy. So I kind of assume it's the same for all the other scrappers. Anyway, I'm probably going to run out of time here. So I'm using Heidi Swap in mint green to do some sprinkles. I'm not sure how I'm going to do my journaling, so I'm going to probably do it later once I figure out what I want to do. But don't forget to stop by Paper Issues and check out some of the awesome collections that are up there. There's lots of new stuff. And you can use Cat Martin to get 20% off. And thanks guys for watching. So bye.